Welcome back to Houston Life. She's a familiar face on our program and also a New York Times best-selling author, local author J Elle. She recently released her latest book in her captivating fantasy romance series, Shadows of Pearl.
This thrilling sequel follows a character, Quell, and her magical journey after a jaw-dropping cliffhanger from embracing her destiny to navigating her relationship with her lover-turned-enemy. J Elle, you're going to have to tell us about the details of your latest book. But before we get into it, one, congrats, because I feel like you're just cranking these books out, and that is no small task.
It doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. And then, you know, you have kind of had this journey to becoming a best-selling author. Take us through that a little bit.
Sure. It started with being a stay-at-home mom to a military husband and kids running around me in diapers and just wanting an escape. And so I dreamt up, I wasn't living in Houston at the time, but Houston is home. And so I dreamt up a series inspired by my neighborhood where I grew up in 3rd Ward. I ended up pitching that to publishers. It went viral on social media, and I had several publishers interested in making it a book. And that was the very beginning in 2021, when that came out.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, your career is moving at lightning speed. We were just chatting during the commercial break. I can't believe it's been a full year since you've been here on Houston Life. A lot of people know your book, The Little Mermaid prequel, essentially, you were promoting on the show about a year ago, and then the young adult novels, Wings of Ebony and Ashes of Gold. Why is this yearly schedule working for you? Because wearing all the hats you wear in your day-to-day life, and by the way, she just got off a national tour, a different city every single day. Yes. Time is of the essence. And so describe to us how your creative brain works and how you actually get these thoughts onto the paper.
You know, it's a lot of like salty chips and roasted nuts and chocolate. No, I'm kidding, actually. But no, I think it's just that when you're a creative person, I believe that stories live in people. I think everyone has a story that lives in them, and writers are just the people who give time and space to put language to those stories. They're trying to claw their way out of my brain, and so it's like I don't really have a choice in the matter. I do have to be very regimented about my time. I have 3 kids. I have 5 animals and a husband, and so I try to do a lot of scheduling and routines, but it's really just because I can't help but tell the stories.
Wow. Well, we're so thankful that you have a brain that has you telling these stories, because people are really consuming these. They really seem to enjoy this fantasy series, this fantasy world. Talk about how important it is to have female empowerment involved. Even though it is kind of a fantasy land, it's still important that the characters are strong and female.
100%, and that they're young. My main characters are always teenagers, so they are coming of age. They're at this point in their life where they're trying to figure out where they fit, if they fit, what they are capable of, what they believe they can do in the world. And so it's really important for me to send that inspiring message to readers. I want readers reading the books, but I also want young readers looking at these 17, 18-year-old characters who are ready to just take on the world and believe they could do it too. So it's magical because I want to, you know, spark the imagination. I want my readers to dream they can literally do anything.
Wow. You've gotten such great feedback, J Elle, on your book, on your books rather. NPR named it Best Fantasy Book by Pop Sugar, nominated for an NAACP Image Award, and now your books have been translated in what, 15 languages?
We're at 16.
16 languages.
Wow. Across like 5 continents. Yeah.
So when you first set out and published your very first book, could you have imagined a time when your work is being read by readers all over the world?
Literally no. Literally no. Like that was beyond the landscape of my dreams. And I think that's part of the reason I love doing it, because I think seeing me do it and doing like public events with readers shows them that they can do it too.
Yeah. Well, you're inspiring for sure, but who inspires you, J Elle? What authors growing up did you really cling to or model yourself after? Who's your person?
Sure, lots of authors. We'd be here all day if I listed that. A few though. Toni Morrison is a favorite. I actually also really loved mystery. Agatha Christie is like a mystery mastermind. And then some more modern authors. Stephanie Garber is one of my favorite romantasy authors. Leigh Bardugo is like a master world builder. Tracy Deonn is another fantastic contemporary, I almost said magician. That probably actually could work too.
Right.
Author, but a lot of them. I draw inspiration from so many greats, and even so many authors, that aren't as well known. Like it really is, libraries are amazing places, and you can just get lost in there, in the worlds and the pages. I've read so many books that have formed my ability to do the work that I do.
It's interesting how I think different chapters in our lives too. As a kid, we loved going, my sisters and I loved going to the library with my mom, and we would get stacks of books. And I think even just having having a school library is so critical. For many adults, though, at least I found that for myself, I don't carve out time like I used to just read for pleasure, because so many of us, we're reading emails all day. We're reading, and reading is like a chore. So what's your message of inspiration for people who maybe haven't picked up a book recently, fiction or nonfiction?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, when you read stories, you get to live a whole nother life. So a person who's read books lives thousands and thousands of lives. Someone much smarter than me coined that phrase. But one of the things I like to say is you'd be surprised how you can fit reading into your routine, especially if you consider reading audiobooks or graphic novels or other types of reading consumption. One of my favorite things to do is to listen to books while I fold laundry, because otherwise, what am I doing? Yelling at the pets to hear the cats to get off the counter. But that's a fun way, or even just riding in the car. So you can like fit it in your day. And really the thing that I like to say is it's okay if you pick up a book and you start it and you don't love it, pick up another one. Just give it a chance, because once you find the one you love, oh, your friends won't be able to reach you for days.
Right, right. Well, that's a great reminder, and I always say that too, because it's like there are too many good books to continue one that you don't like. Go give another one a shot.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're having an event. Tell people about it, where they can actually get your book and you'll sign it. And
Yes.
Go ahead.
So tonight I will be in conversation with Ronnie Davis, who's a romance author from Chicago, her first time in Houston. So I will be talking about Shadows of Pearl. Ronnie will be talking about her book. I can sign, and you can purchase any of my books, including the Disney one, Wings of Ebony one, but we'll be talking about romantasy and fantasy. I will be giving away a tiara like the one on my head. It'll be a good time. It's at Blue Willow Books on the southwest side of Houston, and that's I think it's at 7 p.m. tonight. Yep.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Right there on Memorial Drive.
Yep.
Very, very nice. It's great to see you. Thanks for making time
Thank
for
you.
us.
I love it every time.
Good. Well, don't let it be another year before you come back and see us. Congrats on the brand new book, by the way. And get on out there and see local author J Elle. Tonight, you can purchase a signed copy at Blue Willow Bookshop. And in the meantime, if you'd like to connect with J Elle and learn more about that book event tonight and her career and all the other books she's written, just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section.